Oh, you're right. Good
Afternoon.
Is that Leroy coming?
No.
Oh.
He's just got his dinner.
We're live.
He's at the door. You want to get him?
He can come visit. How's everybody doing? Hey, Brandon. Michael. Tim.
Hey, the boys are over here. Look.
Mark. Daniel. David.
Leroy. Daddy wants to show you.
Come here, Leroy. Come here. Come here. You want to be a lap dog?
Break the chair.
Come here. No.
No, you don't want to.
Oh man, he slobbered you big time.
Mm-hmm.
He only got me a little bit.
He was just drinking.
You've never been slobbered right until you got slobbered by a St. Bernard. Oh, yeah, we have a nasty storm coming here right now.
7-hour long thunderstorm. It's gonna be great.
We have a tornado watch going on right now too that they issued a little while ago.
What time does that expire? 10?
10 p.m. Yeah.
It's definitely been windy all day.
So we're southwest of Nashville.
72 degrees today. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah, it was super nice. You see Tyler's hat? Tyler's got his Battleborn battery hat on. Isn't that awesome? It's a cool little beanie.
Pretty excited about the hat. I haven't posted the video yet, so I don't know why I have the hat.
Let's see. I don't know if this will let me. Yeah, there we go. You can watch some of the trees. My lens is kind of dirty, huh? Imagine that. We'll take a few questions about some of the I'm going to clean the lens, so close your eyes. It might move. Hopefully that's better.
Yeah, I can see trees now.
We got a little bit more done on Tyler's bus today.
I killed my drill.
Oh, he totally smoked his DeWalt drill.
Like smoke pouring out of it. So gotta remember to grab one of those next time I go to Lowe's.
Smelled really bad in his bus too.
It still does. That's part of why I went to the gas station. I didn't really want to be in my bus because it just smelled like burning drill.
So we're starting on the house systems stuff on there. So he's been wiring things slowly inside the bus, but we haven't tied the inverter in yet, and we just started moving the power into the bay today.
Yep.
Getting everything run where it needs to go. But I think this week we'll have some time to get to it. The Scenic Cruiser, we've been putting a couple hours in a day trying to get that power steering ram arm off and just haven't been able to do it yet. Maybe tomorrow will be the day. Hopefully you can hear us because it's so windy out here. I'm not sure how well this is even going to turn out.
We're sitting in front of the bus because it's the biggest wind block we have right now.
So let me scroll back here.
Someone's asking on the grease gun if the handle has to stick out. I don't know. It doesn't push in like a regular one. I tried.
It did. I tried it too. It did not want to go back in. Like you could, you know, cock it off to the side to latch it when you loaded it, and then when you put it back in the middle position, you could not push it in.
I need to figure out if it does though, because it is minorly annoying sitting in the cab of my truck with that sticking out.
But we could pull it back and latch it and then let it go, but it would never go in beyond where it was at. So I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be, or
I guess the nice thing is it lets you know how much grease is still in there sticking out.
because it was contracting as you were using the grease.
Yeah, it's just annoying that it sticks out.
I've never had a grease gun where it didn't go back in, ever. So
I guess I could Google that.
I will take video if the storm gets really nasty, hopefully. Unless I'm hiding. We're working on the building. I mean, slowly. The site prep and that kind of stuff's going on right now. We don't have a firm date or anything yet on when we're going to get that started.
Someone just texted me that if I turn the handle clockwise as I slide it back into the grease gun, it should release and go in.
Oh.
That'd be awesome, because I was trying to figure out how the hell to do that, and it was very annoying. I'm like, I've got a lot of grease guns. They all just push in. Although, to be fair, I immediately threw the directions right in the trash when I took it out of the box. Apparently, it delivers 8,000 PSI.
Are you reading some of these comments now? Is that what you're doing?
No, sorry, I was still reading about my toy. Anyway, I thought you were doing that. Brandon hopped on his Highway Hunter Ray account. Said hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well.
Somebody said get a heated wire. Well, yeah, that would be really hard to do while I was up on the roof. I was just trying to come up with practicing on the panels on the ground to see what I could do when I needed to clear the ice. Snow's no big deal. The broom does great with snow. It's got a nice long handle. You don't have to lean over anything. You just get up there with two hands and it comes right off. The problem is that we had ice, and ice was a whole nother animal that I've not come across yet with our solar panels. Still wasn't that hard. Came right off. I didn't damage the panels any. It was fine. We had power. That's all. Having power is really important, and not relying on the grid. And that's one of the things with Tyler's conversion that we're going through is kind of designing his conversion to not be a big power hog. I mean, I know people whose RVs, they blow a 50 amp breaker at an RV park. They're pulling so much power. That's crazy. If you design it to be efficient, it's insulated well, you have efficient appliances on there, like that Mr. Cool that he just got, a 22 SEER, I think is what it is. Is that what it is? Yeah, 22 SEER. That's super energy efficient.
My goal is that if I ever end up having to stay the night at a friend's house with it or something, if all I have access to is a 15 amp GFCI on the outside of their house, I want to be able to plug that in combination with my solar, not be making any serious compromises to how my bus operates. So if I can operate on that, if I have access to more power somewhere else, it'd be perfect.
There's a lot of RVs, and it used to be me too, that if I didn't have at least a 30 amp plug, I was crying. So being able to live and operate off a 15 amp plug is pretty impressive.
And I mean, right now, the only limiting factor stopping me from going even further is my inverter. And I mean, really the inverter. My battery bank could go larger too. I have room to expand it, but it's not something that I'm needing to expand right now. Just my inverter is my limiting factor. But it was a free inverter, so it's an extra one that you had laying around, so I'm not going to pass up on having to go buy one for right now.
It was a quote, free to you inverter.
Yeah.
It was not a free inverter.
I didn't have to pay for it. You pulled it off your bus and I grabbed it.
I paid for it, but yeah, I don't care. I don't like that Magnum style inverter at all compared to the Victron stuff.
But it's sitting there and I will happily use it until I upgrade, and then I will pawn it off on Bailey.
Which, to be fair, Magnum makes inverters that have a lot of the features like the Victron 2, where it's a hybrid inverter where you can set the power and how much amperage you want to be pulling from the shore power cord and stuff like that. So
How's the MCI with the DD3s coming?
We just got the new DD3 parts 2 days ago.
Yeah, I had to drive to Indiana.
And it rained most of the day yesterday. And that when he got it 2 days ago, it rained that whole day and he didn't get home till late. So technically we've only had him for a day.
But we can rebuild them now. We're gonna have to get a raft to float down the driveway. Someone's asking.
No, we don't need that. It's at the bottom of the driveway. I didn't even tell you this last night. Me and Mom, we went to go game night with some friends last night. And as I was driving down the hill, when I got to the bottom of the hill, her car hydroplaned.
Leaving here?
Leaving here.
I was curious to how I was going to be coming back up the hill because I ended up coming over to their bus for a while last night to be with Leroy because of the storm. And the top flat part of the driveway was having some standing water on it near my bus. But we are incredibly high elevation for this area compared to a lot of other places. We're pretty high up, so flooding, I mean, we'd have to have... How far do you think it is to the lowest water point around here from our property? 60, 70 feet of flooding vertically.
Look at this. Now he's totally spoofed your name.
Oh, well, that's nice.
What do you want me to do? You doing it, Pat?
I'll take care of it.
You got it?
Yep. I'm not
I wanna know when
surprised.
this person's gonna grow up.
Yeah, when are you gonna grow up, dude?
Get a job and move out of your mom's basement.
He so has to live in his mom's basement. There's
No.
way.
He's got a shop
Oh.
that looks like what you'd call a shop if you're a meth enthusiast.
Oh, that's right. Let's not feed the trolls.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, they're under a tornado watch right now, so the weather's gonna get bad. I don't know what brand grease we had in that gun. Was it Mobile One? Is that what I put in there?
No, you had Valvoline in there.
Oh, okay.
Growing up is boring. Seriously.
Constantly creating new screen names and spamming people's things. That's really growing up, I guess.
It is. Oh well.
Growing up would be having your own life and doing your own stuff instead of bothering other people all the time.
Hey, his hate still pays my bills.
Yeah. Living in a van down by the river is nice. I mean, you got access to water, it's beachfront property.
Yeah, most people have to pay a lot of money for that. Speaking of living in a van, I kind of want to do a stealth camper van at some point. So then I can go live in a van down by the river for a little while. It'd be my vacation home. Yeah, so Brandon said it's free beer money. 100% taking that $2 and going and buying a beer.
We're just letting you watch the trees because the storm's coming and the winds are picking up, and I thought you might like to see the trees.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to miss anything this way unless the chair that I'm sitting in, it's a little sketchy breaks. If it does, trust me, you guys will know.
Yeah, it's getting windy. Is he doing something else now?
No.
Well. Leroy does not like thunderstorms. So.
Two inches of rain expected here is what someone was saying. We're supposed to get 5 to 7 inches over a 5-day span. On top of all the snow and ice melt off.
Yeah. The driveway up top is still pretty soggy by Tyler's bus. The hard freeze did not help that inning. It's kind of weird. The wind like totally died down now.
Isn't that what happens before a tornado? If we catch a tornado in this damn live stream, you guys better share it.
That would not be a good thing.
I didn't say it would be here. I mean, I guess we got a lot of trees. We can't really see that far.
I suppose the safest place here would be to head down in the holler.
There's a cave. I'll go to the cave. Just got to clear out its current tenants. Mom, they want to know when you're going to go back to your channel.
Probably not. Unless Dad makes me.
Who asked that? I didn't say that question. This one here?
Yeah.
No, they met her doing the camera work for our channel.
Oh. That would help too. She's much better at it than we are.
Yep.
What if I set your new kitchen up to have all kinds of fancy lighting? see Brandon say he's 28 subscribers away.
Oh, cool.
There's 328 people in here. If you guys aren't checking out Brandon at Highway Hunter Ray, he just needs 28 more to cross his 1,000 threshold. He's got some really cool projects going on. They've got an old semi they're working on. He's looking at picking up a semi. Just did a lift on an awesome square body Suburban. And he's helped us out quite a bit. Pretty much anytime we're anywhere in the state of North Carolina, he's there.
Just got to get a super chat.
Oh, super chat. Bill McLean. Don't forget to hit the like button. 319 watching, only 76 likes. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that.
Sage wants to know if it's warm enough to whip the thing out.
It is warm enough to whip the thing out.
We need to get it out and do a little touch up on a couple spots of primer while we got a nice day.
I can have Kelly wax the thing.
I'm keeping my comments to myself.
He's complaining why he's looking at trees? Because it's pretty out and the wind's picking up and you don't want to look at us. I would much rather look at the trees than us. Although Lenny's behind us. We still haven't come up with a name for the property yet, and we really need to do that.
Anthony said, leave the thing alone. That's a friend of mine in South Carolina who does detailing and paint work and all that stuff. It needs paint. It's in primer right now, so. Are you gonna go with the same color you had the wrap?
I don't know. Something similar, maybe.
Can we paint it to match Benny?
That'd be cool.
What do you think, Mom?
What?
Paint and or wrap the thing to make it look like Benny.
Benny or Lenny?
Benny.
Oh. No, I don't
Benny
want that.
now.
Damn it. I think that would look awesome.
I like the color it was.
I assume that's that person again, too.
Yeah, he's getting close to buying me a six-pack. I'm getting pretty happy about this.
Actually, I think that guy wants to play with your thing.
Probably does. Leroy's already got some treats leading up to the thunderstorm. You gotta pre-medicate the dog to keep him calm.
I would like to get a seated silver sides and a seated old look. I think both of those buses would be cool to have.
Can we get another fishbowl? I don't know why. I just liked the fishbowl. It was
Keep
fun.
them seated, use them period correct, and maybe get them in some movie work or something like that. That'd be kind of fun.
Someone said Lenny Hills Bus Ranch. I don't mind Bus Ranch.
Thought about calling like the shop like the Dog Pound or something like that, or the Kennel. Something along those lines, maybe. For the shop, but not for the property.
If you put a sign up at the road that says the Kennel, I think we're gonna have a lot of people showing up.
I'm not putting a sign anywhere because we're not open to the public.
Yep. Grease Monkey Holler.
I have thought of that.
Greyhound Hill. Silversides Manor.
Sage, morning wood.
That's what I want to call it.
Yeah. That was our name from the beginning, the morning wood in the hills. But I think it was just a little bit too much.
Turk Dog Hill.
Your phone gets stuff faster than mine. That was like 2 seconds behind if that popped away.
Hey, Lance Ranch. The rate he keeps getting buses, maybe. The Silver Hound. Has the local town got used to you test driving buses after they're done?
I've never heard a comment from anybody about
We never
it.
go to town, though.
Nobody knows that we're here.
One of my friends texted me and said, call it Resurrection Mountain.
All right. Thanks for coming up with name ideas, guys. I appreciate that. Hopefully something will stick. I think something about Greyhound, our dogs,
I like Bus Ranch.
Silver Sides. I think, maybe even, get the hill in there or something like that.
You got a super chat?
Some of those words somehow
We have a super chat.
worked into it.
I know, I just told him he still didn't.
Well, it didn't pop up till just now, so relax.
It popped up.
From Marco Polo, new subscriber here. Watching your channel makes me miss working on tanks and wheeled vehicles back when I was in the U.S. Army. Thanks, BGM. Cool. Did you see our video of us working on the Sherman tank last year? Wasn't last year. Was it? Yeah, it was last year.
Yep. Just over a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you guys were going to come visit me in Texas, and then on, an hour or two into the drive to come see me, you called me back and said, sorry, won't see you for a few months. I'm going to go play with tanks.
Somebody wants me to come work on a tank. I got to go do it.
Thought I was going to get to see you guys after I hadn't seen you for a few months because I was in the same state as you, but no. I'm going to play with tanks without me. So instead we should call it Hillclimb Raceway.
Oh, shit. Holy shit.
Hang on, let me just pick up what about hit me.
No, hang on. Oh, my God. That tree branch just fell on Tyler.
Here, flip that around and I'll pick it up.
Oh, my God.
Hey, see this?
No, you got to go high with it.
A piece broke off and flew too.
Yeah.
I forget.
Holy cow. I didn't even know that tree had any dead branches on it.
It does it now. I heard it coming. I was like, oh, God. See? This is why we live stream, because you guys don't know that I got hit with a tree.
Oh, my God.
Is there an air horn on Lenny? Somebody wanted to know.
I had another super chat. Whoop. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. I don't even know what kind of tree that is right there.
I don't know, dead.
That's a pretty good sized branch to just fall on you.
I'm only 13 subscribers away from hitting 16,000.
Pull up the radar. How far away is the...
Hang on, I'm just checking my stuff real quick. Just a second.
I mean, I can't wait to get Lenny back on the road again, that's for sure. I am looking forward to it. We gotta get those 2 buses off the pad. I gotta get my daughter's bus here, and then I can get hopefully Lenny down on the pad and get that leaf spring changed.
We got like 20 minutes till the rain starts, and by 5 o'clock the nasty stuff will be here. At first I was like, you want me to show them? But then I realized,
No.
no.
Yeah, I haven't tried to dig down and find out if it's actually thawed out underground. I mean, we had snow here until like 2 days ago. Finally, the last of it was still melting away, which was crazy because we had
It's been
like
over 70 degrees
for like 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
And to still have snow, it was crazy. Or the sun didn't get to it.
You're okay, Leroy.
Running driving silver sides, you should be able to get for anywhere from probably like 5,000 to 7,000 that needs the interior done in it, somewhere around there. If the body's real nice on it, then maybe up to 10.
Somebody asked, but not in caps, what type of bus does your daughter have?
4104.
Another property like double clutch hill.
There's no double clutching on that hill.
You don't shift.
Governor Hill.
Ketchup hill.
First gear hill.
Somebody in the comments will follow another channel and understand ketchup hill.
Got a super chat for Tyler's Beer Fund, $5.
Oh, we're gonna get to drink some decent beer tonight.
I was gonna say that cheap ass beer you drink, that's like a case.
Drink that cheap a beer. Drink Corona. Give me a little credit. It's not that bad. But definitely probably go get a dirty 30 right now, some Busch Light or something. Ah, somebody got the ketchup reference. 32 degrees
Scott, can you
Fahrenheit
say hello to my
Minneapolis.
wife, Stephanie? She loves your videos. Well, hello, Stephanie. Got a hi from New Zealand. Can't wait to get there someday. Would I ever buy a modern RV? No way. We've lived in our bus for like 4 years straight.
You took a vacation to your house a little bit during the first 2 years.
Yeah, like 5 or 6 weeks throughout the year, but not all at one time. A few days here, a few days there. I love living in an RV, especially when we're on the road. Well, look at that. Bill gave you $10 for your beer fund, Tyler.
Oh man, we're gonna have a good couple days in this storm. I appreciate it.
It won't be long. You'll have a wild turkey fund going on.
You know what? I don't have any wild turkey right now. My last bottle got finished off before I moved because it wasn't worth. I've got Everclear.
Ooh, Thomas said Black Smoke Hill. I like that. See?
You had that the other day. Whoops. Someone wants to know if there are any silver sides that you're aware of in the UK.
I don't know. A bunch of them have been shipped over to Europe,
I know there are a
so
few in Germany. Hot Rod Imports has at least 2 of them, I believe.
There you go.
got another super chat from Tim.
For an entire case of Bush. Oh. Sweet.
I answered that, Don.
Answer it again.
5 to 7 grand usually for silver sides. If it's running, driving. It's real nice, maybe up to 10. Sage and Jason did a really nice video series. I think it's 2 videos about the price of a silver sides. If you search for that, it gives you a lot of information. They go over a lot of examples. A lot of people that own them thinks that they're worth a lot of money and they're not. So that's a great video to watch because if you don't know.
I accidentally hit a comment that I wasn't supposed to. My bad. I was trying to approve a comment.
Can you undo it?
I undid it.
Okay. I didn't know if it, from Peter?
Yeah, the one above him, there was a comment that was held for review, and I was trying to deal with that. I accidentally hit him. My bad. Was not trying to hide you there, Peter. You should be good.
Did it come back? Because I don't see it still.
Yeah, it shows in the chat that he was unhidden.
Okay. Sorry about that. Big Bill, $20 Canadian for Scott, whatever he and Kelly drink. I drink girly drinks. Very rarely, though. Like,
Mom, you got $20 thrown in for you to go get some, like, good whiskey.
Jack,
Yeah.
single barrel,
Actually, you say that. There's a half gallon of Jack in my 04.
single barrel.
No, it's just regular Jack. I got a half gallon in there, though.
Tyler.
I'm dealing with it.
You got it, Tyler?
Yep.
Yeah, bus with us, which is Jason. A bus is only worth what the next guy is willing to pay, which is absolutely true. If you really want one and you find a nice one and you have the money, pay what you want. But otherwise, you can keep looking and you should be able to find one for $5,000 to $7,000. Do you remember what I paid for Lenny? I think I paid $3,200. Is that what I paid?
I thought it was 35.
It was 3,000 something. I don't remember the exact numbers now.
That was converted when you got it, too.
Yeah, it was converted.
If you really wanted to, you could use it. It's just weird having an open toilet in your kitchen.
I mean, it had sleeping for like 12 to 1,500 mice.
A refrigerator that would make you puke if somebody opened it while you were standing outside about a half mile away.
That was so funny. The bus came with a refrigerator, and I don't know if I ever told this story.
Pretty sure you have, but they might want to hear it.
We drove it all the way home. We never opened the refrigerator.
Thank God. I probably would have strangled you.
Yeah, it had lunch meat and vegetables in it from like more than a year prior that had just been left in there. And when I opened it, it stunk so bad, I immediately threw up. Put it out in the front yard. I spent hours cleaning it out because I'm like, it's a nice fridge, stainless steel and everything. I'm keeping this thing. We're gonna clean it up. I spent all that time gagging, fighting the gag reflex the whole entire time. And then I didn't want to plug it in because I thought it might circulate the stench through it, which is really dumb because the stench was already well saturated into it. But I plugged it in and it didn't work. So I ended up throwing it out anyways.
And what did your wife tell you?
She told me to throw it off in the beginning. Yes, that's the moral of the story. Listen to your wife. Running, driving, just about any bus. Buffalo, same thing, 5 to 7 usually. If it's really nice, up to 10. I mean, if it's already converted in that, then they go for about 20. Very rarely do I see them sell for over 20. But sometimes they do.
If you guys have questions too, please post them in all caps. Lowercase chat is for you guys to chat amongst yourselves.
Did you get a chance to listen to the pilot from American Airlines last Sunday? I think Air Guys had a little while ago too. That's the one where the fan blade came apart and took the engine out. Yeah, I did hear that. If that's what he's talking about. Todd was asking. Everyone says the Detroits don't have any power, but is that because they're not tuned right? Well, a lot of them can be set up with more power. But considering that they were designed in the 30s for their day, they had a lot of power. You don't have a lot of cooling options, so they don't usually stack them up make them as beefy as they want to.
He's talking about that United plane that saw unidentified
Oh, the
flying
UFO one?
object. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No,
Did Vast Aviation have a video out about that?
I don't know. I heard one little clip where they said,
I've been waiting. I'll have to go back later and see if Block O'Leary or Vast Aviation have it up. Do you have your batteries fully charged and ready for the storm?
they were like 96%. I plugged the golf cart in when I got back, so it's pretty cloudy out now. They're probably hanging out in the 90s though. No, we probably won't use somebody's asking if we use the cargo container as a guest house. That probably won't happen.
Everyone we know has buses. They just bring their own house.
Yeah.
So much more convenient when your friends are bus people too, because you don't have to have people staying in your house.
Dave had a 4903, which is a Buffalo version. He had to give it away, which... Oh, I don't know anybody that's got a bus that hasn't ended up putting about 15,000 into it. So if they bought it for $5, they're going to have 15,000 into it in the first couple of years if they're using it. Maybe more. I think that's the minimum starting point. It doesn't take long to put $40,000 into a bus that you can resell for 15 or 20, possibly.
I'm trying to do math over here, and I'm getting close to that number already.
Yeah, don't let the purchase price be the thing that makes you think that's how much a bus costs, because that's nothing. That's just the entry fee. I don't use the grid power here. We try to just live everything off of solar.
I mean, you need days of bad weather, I think, before you're even thinking about taking any power, right?
In the wintertime, I have as much power as I want. If I use the diesel heater more or the mini split, I can control. If it's a cloudy day, I don't have to run the mini split as much.
Yeah.
I'm completely fine. But we're 100% self-sufficient on the bus and being comfortable.
And it's not just running essential bus functions. You're charging a golf cart, and
Oh yeah, I'm
you're
charging.
running property lights out here, and
Yeah, all the lights that we have on the property. There's probably how many? We definitely have more than 100 bulbs, maybe 200 light bulbs.
Yeah.
how long are each of those sections? Is there, what, 5 down to my
50
bus?
feet, I think.
So 400 feet of lights?
I think it's more than that.
500 feet of lights?
Yeah, they're big bulbs too. They're LEDs, but all that runs off the bus too. We run everything off the bus if we can. I don't want to pay to charge the golf cart by plugging it in if I can get free solar power.
Got a super chat.
Super chat
There's no.
from Doc B. $5. Thank you, Doc. I almost said, "What's up, Doc?" But he's probably tired of that. The bulbs are from Amazon. I don't know what. They're not huge power, but they're bright though. The KOHA didn't really yell at me for having fun with the golf cart that day.
We were just made very clear not to wreck it. It does donuts better in one direction than the other, though. I was surprised by that.
I think it depends on where your weight is. Because the driver's side is weighted up more. I bet if you
Yeah.
would have sat on the other side of the seat, it would have probably done differently.
Well, it's kind of hard to get to the brake when I screw up that way.
Yeah. Tyler's going to get solar on his bus too, but he's not going to have as much up on his roof as what we have. It's going to be a lot more discreet. We have some new panels that we found for him that are not quite 3 inches skinnier on it. And if we put two side by side up there close together, it'll be like the skinniest part of my bus, and then minus, about 6 inches total. So they won't overhang as much, and it won't destroy the roofline view as much as what ours has. He'll have about 2,000 watts of solar on his roof, and he's gonna have battle-borne batteries in there, which that's a huge game changer there, that having the lithium iron phosphate batteries from Battle-Born. They're so amazing. I love them.
I can't wait to get mine hooked up.
Ronald is asking what he has in his 76. I think he said it was a fishbowl earlier. It's probably a 8V71 or 6V71. It's probably one of those two.
Are those the only 2 engines they put in fish bowls?
Yeah, I don't know what year they changed it, because I think it was the Orion version or whatever, and then I forgot the name. But at some point they went to a 6V92, and they're like those other the buses you worked on for party bus.
Those
have a
RTSs
Superjet
were
before that.
6V71s. They weren't 92 series.
Oh, okay.
You have one before that, Scott.
There was another one before that. The Dirty Knobs, best place to find a bus? Probably Craigslist. Search all Craigslist.
They're grouped specifically for it on Facebook too.
Yeah, there's some bus for conversions for sale on Facebook. It's a pretty good place. A lot of people post links on there.
They pretty much watch all the Facebook marketplaces across the U.S. and post.
Join the Bus Grease Monkey forum. A lot of guys post stuff on there too. Yeah, the KHOA is the Kelly Homeowners Association. It's a very strict governing policy.
It's not a very strict governing policy. Don't tear stuff up and pick up after yourselves. Very simple rules to follow.
Okay, super chat from Cody. My uncle uses solar panels for his camp trailer, and for some reason it drains his batteries. He wants to know how to troubleshoot. Well, certainly your solar panels shouldn't drain your batteries. They should charge your batteries. Possibly his solar charge controller is not set up correctly for the batteries that he has, and maybe they've destroyed the batteries by either overcharging them or not charging them at the correct voltage, and it's probably more likely a battery issue that's not really the solar, but it could have been caused by the solar charge controller. I destroyed a set of batteries because my solar charge controller went bad. But you can put some stuff in there to stop so it doesn't drain, but I don't know if does a solar charge controller not have a diode in it that doesn't allow it to go backwards? Yeah, I don't know.
I'm kind of curious what happens now if I feed voltage backwards into a solar panel.
How much do you charge for full inspection? It's usually about $1,000, something like that, but it depends on where it's at. If I got to drive for 8 hours to get there, it's going to be much more than that. If you bring it to me, or it's close to our area, then it's affordable. It's not worth it on a $5,000. If you're looking at, people call me, I'm getting ready to buy this bus, and it's for sale for like $2,500. I'm like, why are you getting an inspection on a $2,500 bus? I mean, it's gonna be worth that no matter what. Or even if it's a $5,000 bus, you're not getting, you're gonna end up putting $20,000 into it. So, but if you're buying a $25,000 bus, yeah, you definitely should, because there's a chance that bus is only worth 10 grand. Lenny does not get 20 miles per gallon. He gets about 10.
On the highway.
On the highway, yeah. Not in the city. He gets about 3 miles to the gallon in the city.
How much does it cost you every red light you catch?
I think it costs me $1. Every time I catch a stoplight, it costs $1.
Someone asked what your budget is, Tyler, on your bus.
As little as possible for right now. question was what my budget is on my bus. I mean, I'm not cheaping out on essential stuff, but there's some stuff I'm just not going overboard with right now. Like changing out my inverter. I have an inverter, so I'm not going to upgrade until it's done.
Yeah, I mean that's an extra $2,000 expense that you've got one that works well. It is basically
Same
new.
with my water tank. The water tank was available. I'll make another one later that fits better. I'm planning ahead to be able to do upgrades on a lot of stuff that I plan on changing later. But for right now, it's not high on my priority list. I still have other things that I want to invest in. I mean, I'd love to get a shop up this summer and do some other things like that. So I don't see the point in just wasting the money right now when I have the stuff there capable of working. I'm keeping track of it. When I'm done, I'll tally it up and probably be pretty shocked and eat a good drink afterwards. But I don't think it's gonna be too bad. I'm trying to spend money wisely on it. Just keep it pretty affordable. Someone wants to know your bus versus my bus to the top of the hill. Who would win?
Well, his bus weighs about 10,000 pounds lighter than mine.
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in my.
No, it's not even close.
You lifted some of that stuff that went under my bed. I got a lot of dead weight.
Yeah, that was nothing compared to what's in mine.
I don't have any tools on board mine though. I think you just got a super chat there.
Those are just my ground deployed panels. They work great on the ground, and they come off and slide up under my bus when I need to go somewhere, so I can take them with me, just have some extra power. So they work perfect on the ground. I've got 10 of them mounted on the roof that are great too. Kurt B, why am I looking at the trees instead of you guys? Well, you should be honored that you're looking at the trees instead of us. There's a big storm coming, so we're just letting you watch the trees blow in the wind. It was really bad a little while ago when it lit up, but it's coming again.
Yeah, I got hit by a damn tree.
We're in a tornado watch right now.
We're watching for the tornado. You guys can help.
Solar panels do great with hail. There's no issues with them. Are you actually recording that, by the way?
Yep.
Okay.
Someone asked a question, but it wasn't in caps. What do you think of a Bluebird Wonder Lodge?
I like them, especially the ones with the Detroits in them. I'm not really a fan of the ones with the engine up front. It's usually a little cat up front.
I worked on one that had the industrial gas V8 in the front.
That's even worse.
Yeah, that one needed an engine, and those things are not easy to come by.
But I like them all. I'm not dissing even that kind, but
You just don't work on cats.
yeah, no, you put a 8V92 in them, that's pretty awesome. I wish I had money to waste on tossing insults at people. That guy is pretty unbelievable.
We only have 15 dislikes, so he's probably only been in here like 15 different times.
That's all 15 of his,
Personalities? I mean,
yeah,
accounts.
personalities.
What's your favorite breakfast? Cereal, oatmeal?
That is a question on there?
Yeah. Somebody wanted to know. Bacon and beer.
That's not my favorite breakfast. I don't even know what my favorite breakfast is. Breakfast burritos.
Breakfast cereal, they were asking.
Oh.
Cereal / oatmeal.
Lucky Charm.
Well, I don't know if they meant breakfast in general or just, I don't know.
You hear me, Scott? Lucky Charm.
Lucky Charms. Oh my God. I had the most bizarre dream the other night, which I will tell you because it's ridiculous. We had worked, it was the day we were sledding and all that, and I had worked really hard and I was really, really sore. But I had this really bizarre dream where a leprechaun walked up to me and just kicked the living crap out of me for no reason whatsoever. I didn't even get any punches in. He was just beating me up bad. And I woke up and I was so sore I felt like I got beat up. It was really bizarre. I have no idea why I'd have a dream about a leprechaun. Makes no sense, but
You have weird dreams. It's hilarious.
I do have very weird dreams.
What's your total solar wattage, including ground panels?
About 40, 42, 4,300, something like that.
Ooh, somebody mentioned buttermilk pancakes. That sounds good.
He was just a mean little leprechaun. I was just in shock. Hey guys, make a 360 camera, please. You want to see everything around us? Is that what he's asking for? I don't know if I can do this.
No.
I'll go. That's about as far as you want to go that way. I honestly have like a 3-year waiting list now for road repairs, so it's gonna be a while. I think the rain's only about, what'd you say, 15 minutes away?
Yeah. Ooh, I'm excited for when I get done with this. I just got a notification of channel posting.
Why are you burning out fuses? Sorry, I don't know the English word. When you just need to hit the outside ring. Oh, he's talking about the tie run-ins because they've been in there for 50 years and they wouldn't come out, and we hit the outside rings on them 1,000 times.
If that's what they're talking
If that's what he's talking about.
If any of you guys think you have a better idea, I am more than game to let somebody else crawl inside of that hole underneath that bus and try to get that center link out.
Oh,
After
yeah.
spending 3 days on it.
I was asking if you've seen a coyote.
On our trail cams all the time. Kelly's only seen the one in person that one day.
Brandon is now 13 away.
Oh, hey, yeah. Go subscribe to Brandon's channel. He's trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and he's nearly there.
Highway Hunter Ray.
Highway Hunter Ray.
There's a video of a runaway truck on there if you guys want some good laughs.
Yeah, we're south west of Nashville. What are you laughing at?
Someone says to hire a small leprechaun to get in the hole to fix the linkage.
That's just mean.
If I give him the mini sledgehammer and just tell him to go... Never mind.
Where do I find the little leprechaun?
I don't know, but can we hire a leprechaun now? I think that would make our day more amusing.
What's your guys' favorite? I like sci-fi movies. They're probably my favorite.
Liar.
Liar?
You like girl movies.
To watch with you, because you don't like to watch sci-fi movies. The Notebook is not one of my favorite movies to watch.
It's not mine either.
How about My Cousin Vinny?
My Cousin Vinny is a good movie, though. Yeah,
Old school?
That's not really. That's not sci-fi.
Old school's not sci-fi either.
I like old school.
Old School is a good movie.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is. That's a good one.
Clay, they're not yelling. We ask them to post in caps so we can read the questions easier. It stands out much easier.
Yeah, if it's a lowercase chat, it's kind of for you guys to talk amongst yourselves.
Sometimes I'll see the questions when they're small, but we're doing it a little different tonight, just trying to scroll through and do them all.
My live chat's not working right.
Do you know any famous people in Nashville?
Lance.
I just had somebody contact me, a country musician, about working on his bus, and he's had, I think, 30 top 100 country hits. And
One of his songs was played on the radio every hour for the first 6 months straight when I was a technician.
he's had 7 number ones, so that's pretty famous. That'll be cool. He watches the channel too.
Someone said smoking. In the
But yes,
basement
there's
is
other
okay.
people too.
Oh, Someone said.
And then of course there's
Oh, go ahead.
our Bus Grease Monkey songwriter. He's super
Yes.
famous.
He is not from Nashville though.
Just sounds like he's from Nashville.
Someone just commented their whole house is creaking from the winds.
Tyler's bus was rocking earlier from the winds. He was complaining about it.
I was trying to go back to sleep and my whole damn bus is moving
He's parked
into the wind.
sideways, broadsides into the wind, and we're parked the opposite way, so it wasn't.
A little bit off topic here, but if you ever have a few too many drinks and then try to go to bed in your bus in a strong wind, it's a really weird feeling.
I would pay money to see a leprechaun beat up a big pink bunny.
Yeah, we need a leprechaun costume.
Someone just said Brandon is one away. They also said when you hit 1,000, it's a slippery slope to 10,000 from there.
Yeah, but you get to monetize at 1,000, so that's why that's a nice mile marker to get, right? You have to be 1,000 to get monetized.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he's near his minutes too. When I talked to him. I feel like though once you are a monetized channel, YouTube helps push your channel more in the algorithm.
Oh yeah, and it lets you do a live feed too, which I don't think you can do that with it below that.
Nope, you have to every 1,000.
Yeah.
Said he's over 1,000, so that's good.
How many subscribers does Gino's Garage have?
Yep, Brandon's at 1,000. Thank you guys.
How many does Gino's have?
I'll take a look.
The real and only authentic Gino's Garage.
Is he commenting in here that I can pull one of his comments? Because I
Gino says he's 700 away from 1,000. Really?
How?
Okay, I gotta work on Gino's now.
Yeah. Go subscribe to Gino's Garage. He's got that awesome Wonder Lodge that was here earlier this year. The beautiful engine in it. That's probably not.
I know.
Oh.
That's why I was showing you that. Yeah, how do you guys not follow him already? He's at 301 right now. How do I share a link to that? Share.
Yes, my mini split is a heat pump. What are your guys' worst phobias? Spiders, snakes, heights, even leprechauns. I would say all of those are... I'm not super afraid of heights. I just respect them.
That should be the link to his channel. I just posted it.
Spiders I do not like. Yeah, he's been getting a lot of watch time. I don't think watch time is going to be his problem. Or if he's not already there, he's close to it probably.
He was pretty close when I talked. Brandon was pretty close the other day when I talked to him on his.
It's 4,000,
Yeah,
was it 200? It's 4,000 hours, isn't it? It's not minutes.
4,000 minutes, which is
No, I don't think it is. It's hours because it's 250,000 minutes or something like 255,000 minutes or something like
is
that.
that what it was?
Yeah. It's 4,000. I know it's ours. Yeah, Jason just said it was ours too.
Somebody's saying Gino's has 556. Wrong Gino's Garage. I posted the link in the chat.
Yeah, Gino's is Ginos.
Yep, he's posting in the chat here. You can see him. But I posted a link. If you go to the last thing posted by me, that's the link.
You have another person in there.
Hey, Brandon said now that he hit 1,000, he's going to do a video on his bus.
Cool. Everything down by the, yeah, it's just the ground around here is so squishy right now, and all this rain coming this weekend. Can you ever get a 238 to stop leaking oil? Don asked. Yes, it is possible. I've worked on some that don't leak oil. There is no best bus to make into an RV. Well, one that's not already a seated coach, if it's a vintage bus. I hate to see people do that when they take like a Silversides that's seated and turn it into an RV, or a Scenic Cruiser that's seated. The few that are left that are still seated, that are the vintage stuff, I think they need to stay seated, in my opinion. But money talks, so if you buy it, it's yours. You can do whatever you want. I can be upset about it, but you buy it, it's yours. I just ask that you try not to buy one that's already seated to rip it out. Or if you do, please keep the seats or find somebody who wants them.
I mean, even with my bus, like the pony motor that's coming out, I found somebody who is going to want to use it instead of just scrapping it.
Is Runaway Detroit's one of your biggest fears? No, not really.
It is until you've had one.
I mean, I'm always concerned that it's going to happen because I don't want it to happen, but I've had it happen multiple times, and it's one of those things that'll do it.
Have you ever noticed anytime we go to start one for the first time, we always make very clear instructions of what everyone's job is on startup, so that if it does run away, you're not sitting there panicking. You know this is your job, this is what you have to do during the runaway. Whether you're the one tripping the flap or, you know, going to try to pull the rack back, or, you know, everyone's got something that they know that they're supposed to do when we do a startup to make sure that if it happens, that's what you do.
I'm always super cautious, and I take all kinds of precautions to prevent it too, and it still happens. So I know when our people are like, oh, why are you wasting your time? You know, I always put the extra effort so it doesn't do it.
Someone just asked, has Lenny ever ran away?
Yes, yes. I couldn't believe how many RPM the engine was before I even got out of the door of the bus.
The one time you weren't recording.
Yeah, I wish I had video of it. It was very, very funny.
What makes the rack stick?
The injectors, typically. And the rack is a solid rack, so once one of the injectors sticks, the whole rack is stuck, and it almost always sticks in the wide open position. Although Lenny, last summer when we were going to work on I think it was when we were going to work on a tank, or were we going to Juan's? I think it was headed to the tank place. But I don't exactly remember. Somewhere out in that Texas area, I had a fuel injector stick, and it just, for some reason, it stuck.
You were driving it.
I was driving, and I came up on a stoplight, and I let off, and it idled down. And when it idled down, the rack stuck. One of the injectors stuck, but it killed the engine because it was below even idling fuel. And it's like a 1 in a million chance, I think, for that to actually happen. It should have.
Injectors.
They were brand new. Yeah, they were less than a year, just like 6 months old. Yeah, the later versions and even the 71s, they have the racks. I have at the house in the garage a rack to put in here that is a spring-loaded rack. So if one sticks, the whole rack doesn't stick. I just haven't got around to it yet. Yeah, the beach towel incident was the Runaway. Absolutely. I threw a beach towel in it to get it to shut down.
It shut down, but not in the way you were planning on.
No, I did not expect flaming chunks of towel to come flying out of the exhaust. That was a complete shock to me. I did not think that was possible.
It worked though.
Right into Mom's car. There's still soot stains in the car interior today from that towel.
You had it open. Wasn't it pointing square into the car, the exhaust?
Yeah. Pull up the radar again, see how close we're getting to that storm.
There is still no rain yet. Wait, nope, hang on. My radar's at the wrong time. That was a few hours ago. We got a little while still. It's raining in Bucksnort.
What are we doing for dinner tonight, Kelly?
What are you making?
Oh, what am I making? That severely limits our dinner possibilities.
Pizza.
I might want more spring rolls.
Yeah, she made some tofu spring roll things today that were really good. Wrapped up in like a rice thing. Real good.
Someone wants Mikey to take us on a quick 2-minute walk around.
Got a super chat popped up there.
Henry is the name of the roof coating product that we use. Super chat here from the house, live from Buffalo, New York. Here's a couple of bucks to put diesel in Tyler's heater. We haven't even had our heater on the last few nights. I actually had the air conditioning turned on last night. It was.
I've had mine shut off for about a day.
It was warm. It was 69 degrees in the bus last night. It was only 65 outside in the middle of the night, but it was too warm for Leroy. He didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
Chino's grads thought you said pull the radar gun. We need to get one of those for the hill. Clock a trap speed through there.
I mean, if you want, I can do a quick walk around, show a couple things, I guess.
Oh God, what do I gotta go look at now?
Ugh. Hopefully I won't get you sick on the walk because the
Image stabilization.
image stabilization does not work on the live chat. So we got party lights that go all the way through here. We got Leroy's little dog run over there. Of course, Lenny's parked here. Containers over there. This is where the shop's gonna go. You can see we got it all staked out. Orange here. There's orange over there at one corner. There's another orange corner over there and orange corner over there. So that'll be the shop. And if you look at this stake right here, about a foot up, actually not about a foot, it's a foot up, there's a black line on there. That elevation, Sal brought his transit out the other day and we staked it. So we gained about 6 inches, or lose about 6 inches over here. This has got to be built up. And then this is the really low side here where it's up almost 2 feet that the elevation needs to come up. So you can see the mark on there towards the top. So 1 foot down from this line, so somewhere around in that area right there is how much that elevation needs to come up. And that's pretty high. That's about my kneecap. So there's a shop actually sitting over there. in a pile. And I don't know if I ever showed the view from over here. Taking a little walk. This is one of my favorite spots of the property. So you're overlooking another cliff here. Kind of down into a pine forest down there. And that's about 60 feet down to the bottom there. I don't know how well it comes out in the video. Figure out how I'm gonna get out here. We gotta get in here and clear out all this underbrush and get all this crap cleaned up, but there's a very long, never-ending to-do list when you've got like 25 acres of wooded property. This is our holler too. It's pretty down in there too. So it's nice out here. So this is all pretty dry up here. Our little garage thing is holding up well. Got the thing and Tyler's Harley's in there. Lawnmowers, that kind of stuff. More lights continuing. The container and Tyler's bus. And Sal's Airstream is parked over there right now. And that's where the road's really nasty there in front of Tyler. The freeze and thaw cycle did not like it. All this here, I have that black not plastic, that mesh. I think it's called geo mesh or something. I don't know, geofabric. Underneath this, there's gravel and then chert. So this was fine. This doesn't really sink in or anything. But up there, it's just clay. And the clay and the chert didn't play well together in the freeze. So it's real soupy and nasty. So I may have to put some fabric down there too. It had never done that ever before. It had something to do with the freeze cycle. We've had heavy, heavy rains, thunderstorms here, and I've never had a problem there before. So the hill did fine. No water washouts or anything yet. The fabric goes all the way basically to where Lenny's at right now. We did an oil change on the Lexus this morning. We did an oil change on the Dodge last week. Tyler changed one of his trucks too. We cleared back a lot of the leaves and brush away from the bus here just to try to keep rodents and stuff away. And there's a view of our septic tank. Yeah, I just had to replace this hose because we had a cold weather. It didn't like it. It made it real brittle. It had holes in it. Get you the pretty trees there. Was there any questions during all that? I obviously couldn't walk and talk and look at the screen at the same time. Nothing?
I don't think there was. Well, someone asked if your mini split is big enough to heat your bus at say 40 degrees outside.
Oh yeah, it was 20 degrees outside and it was enough to heat it.
You should probably repeat it because people are
When it, yeah, it's my mini split enough power to heat enough BTUs to heat the bus in cold weather. I have the diesel heater I can just kick on as an extra auxiliary heat, but just running the mini split, even at 20, it would do it just fine. It's hard to get the air all the way back in the bedroom, so I like having that diesel heater back there just to add a little supplementary heat to it. But I don't leave it on all the time. And oh, did you lose me at part of that?
No, I didn't.
Huh. We're under a tornado watch until 10 p.m. tonight. And what time is it now?
4:14.
It's 4, a little after 4:14. I know people that have had those Mr. Cool units for many years in their RVs, so I wouldn't be concerned at all about the reliability of them. Yeah, I could tell when it was 12. The mini split was doing, what is the mode that it goes into? Like a defroster mode or whatever, is that what it's called?
It was a defroster.
Yeah, it did that, and then the temperature in the bus did drop because that took a while for that to run. But I just clicked on the diesel heater and it was fine. I would never rely as one source of anything for your. That's why I have 2 power inverters. I have 2 separate heaters. I am limited to the 1 air conditioner right now, but I love that mini split. Kurt B, super chat. Here you go, guys and gal. I know you won't get all of it because of YouTube, but please put that towards some diesel for y'all. Thanks for the great content and channel. You are awesome. Thank you, Kurt. Appreciate that. I have my batteries in the same bay as the water, so I can't let that bay get below 32 degrees or my water turns hard. I don't want that to happen. So I don't have any issues with my batteries because they're in that bay. But there is a cutout temperature where you can charge them and a cutout temperature where you can use them, depending on what batteries you're using. The BMS controls all that. Battleborn is very smart BMS. It will not allow it to charge or discharge outside of those parameters. But that is below 32 degrees, and if it's below 32 degrees in my bay, I have other problems going on, so that's the least of my worries. Yeah, we're in Central Time Zone here.
It's got time to wrap it up.
Okay. We're gonna wrap up now. This is the 2-minute warning. If you have something to ask, right now is the time to ask it. Yeah, I'm not running my Mr. Cool off of a generator either. I think I'm running them off of the inverter on mine, which is already a much more stable power coming from the batteries and the solar. So I don't think I see those kinds of spikes that people might have with a regular generator. That could be an issue with them. But again, I know people who are running them off generators and they don't have any problems with that unit.
I just felt a couple raindrops.
Yeah, we're gonna have a stormy evening here. Lots of rain coming in, flash flood warning and the tornado warning. It's gonna get really wet.
We're gonna have flooding for the next 2 days, I feel like.
So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Appreciate you. Have a good night, everybody.